Okay, so Mike can get your rock out. I'm here with James from Vader. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, I'm great, man. Thanks.
Awesome. How's the tour going?
Really, really well. I mean, we're close to the end now, but we've had really great crowds pretty much everywhere. So that in itself means it's been a success, and Aborted and Bonded by Blood have been great as well.
Awesome. All right. Well, the new album Straight to Hell is coming out soon. Is there a release date?
No. We're hoping to hit the studio after the summer, so I'd say tentatively end of this year, start of next year.
Okay. This will be the 10th album for the band. Is this a significant landmark, do you think?
I mean, I'd say more significant is probably Vader's 30th year. I mean, an album is just another album. I mean, if you're talking about albums, yeah, but also, I mean, it's not their 10th release, so I mean, it's probably around the 15th, 20th release. So every album is significant because it means that we start the cycle again. It means we start touring. So.
Sure. Well, what does it mean to you to be a member of a band that's been around for 30 years? You've been a member for about, what, a year and a half now?
Yeah, a year and a half, that's right.
What's the experience been like?
Totally great. You know, I'm going to all these cool places, playing shows for people, doing things that I never would have been able to do. And, this is a big part of my job, so it's really, really rewarding and really great to be a part of that.
And where do you see Vader in the next 10 years or so? How do you think they're going to progress?
Who knows? I mean, I don't doubt that that Peter will still be doing it. If you ever meet, he's a machine. So we'll just see what happens. I mean, I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about the next year or the next tour or whatever it is. Until we stop, if we ever do. And so I'm just taking it one step at a time, really.
And what goals do you personally set out for yourself when you joined the band and as you join now, and what goals do the band as a whole have?
When it comes to me, I mean, my first goal was don't fuck up, and now it's just my main goal is just to do a better show than yesterday. That's really it, just improve on a daily basis and just keep practicing, keep working away and keep pushing. With Vader, I think it's pretty much the same, to be honest. The goal is just to keep touring, keep doing it. There's still loads of places that Vader haven't been for a while, and there's still loads of places Vader haven't been ever. So there's more touring to be done, there's more shows to do. So just Vader is always just about cracking on and going for it. So there you go.
Cool. Have you been conscious of a band like Vader getting more acceptance nowadays? I mean, I'm thinking specifically of the fact that they finally won a free drink award, an Austrian Grammy in a way, after about 6 attempts.
I mean, not really. I mean, Vader's Vader. We've got a lot of diehards. I mean, that's the main thing. But we still have good attendance. We have good attendance at festivals and at shows and things like that. Especially when we pick the right bands to tour with. I wouldn't say it's getting any more or any less acceptance. I mean, the period where Vader were getting much more acceptance was sort of at the end of the 80s into the 90s, when they that's the biggest change in acceptance from communist Poland to out in the world. So since then, you can't really compare, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's still kind of where it is, or it's still where it was, really. So we just play shows, man. We don't think about that stuff.
Who are some of your favourite Polish metal bands? Sounds like Decapitated or anything like that?
Oh yeah, of course. Decapitated, Behemoth. We've had the pleasure of playing plenty of shows with those guys. They're all really cool. Both of them are two of my favourite bands to watch live as well. I mean, we play with lots of bands. We played with a little-known tech death band called Skeptic, who are great. Also, Virgin Snatch, who are a band with the same guitarist. We got Lost Soul, quite a bit of a more known one from Poland, but still not as known as Behemoth. You've got Azarath as well. You've got plenty of really great bands over in Poland. Just as we just have more bands in the UK. We have as many great bands in the UK. It's just that they're surrounded by a tidal wave of really terrible bands, because there's just so many more bands. There's so many more people here. It's the only thing.
What was your reaction to the Eagles of Death Metal having their name inspired by Vader? When you heard that story?
I mean, that's kind of cool, but that's also been on Wikipedia. I don't believe everything I've read on Wikipedia, mate.
Do you see any elements of that analogy, Eagles of Death Metal, or is it complete bullshit?
I guess so. They're not the Beatles, are they? so it's arguable. It always just depends on the person. I mean, I can see how a band that have been going for as long as they have and just carried on, released plenty of good albums and stuff like that, and can see how people could conceivably call us that. It's not like we've been around for 5 minutes and we've just done one album or something. So there's totally plenty of.
I'll end the interview on a terrible joke, and I apologise if you've heard it about 1 million times before, but do you ever plan to go on tour with Daft?
Well, we've had some stormtroopers at a few shows actually. No joke, we genuinely have. Like, for some of the bigger shows, like in Warsaw and stuff, we have some guys that 501st Division that come along and do our security and stuff like that. It's quite fun, but I hope we never take that on the road, because I hope we never need to. I mean, that would be a very, very depressing gimmick, you know, if you only get gigs because you're taking stormtroopers out on the road for you. It was
not a good concept.
It was a nice one-off. Anchorhead do it better anyway, so it's a nice one-off, but let's not take it on the road, eh?
Right. And do you have a message for all our readers, especially ones that have been following you through the years?
Well, not especially for anyone, but for everyone really. It's just support your local metal scene. Go to gigs. Even if you're not a huge fan of the bands, go to gigs, see bands you've never heard of. If you like them, buy their merch, buy their CDs. Just, you know, that's the only way to build a scene. Most people will complain about there not being a scene. It's because they're not going to the shows. Just go. Metal is live, always. You can download as many CDs as you want, but just go and see it live and go and support it. That's the main thing.
And do you have a message for Peter for dumping an interview on you at the last minute?
Cheers.
Thank you very much, Ryan. Have a good show tonight.
Alright, no worries.